Why, hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. This is Andrew from the Village of Lovers here, coming back at you with another Python tutorial. Now, last episode I recall us doing the print and the variables. So printing things on the screen and simple variables, and I think we also did math. And this video we're going to be learning about input, if statements, and hopefully I might be able to get through a little bit more. So let's get into input. So we know that this is what happens to begin a variable. And let's put something called int, not nit, int. Now what int means is integer. So what an integer is, what an integer is it's something like it's a whole number. So 5, 3, 39, 19, 43, anything like that. And a float, so we have something called a float. A float is one with a decimal place, so 6.6, 7.6, 2.6, 5, 3, anything that has a decimal in it. Now let's put input. Now what this does is this is the part where it asks for the user to put input inside the Python console. So if I do this, now if I do this, what age are you? Now we're asking what age are you. Now the reason why we put integer is because this integer is, you can't have your age 2.1, 2.2. You can only have your age as full number. So you'll see what this input does when we do it. Now there's another thing which is really useful. So if I run this, and then drag this down here, it'll say what age are you in the bottom half. Now we can type a number, so I would put 14. You can put any number you want. So let's put that. It would just ask for it. Now if you were to print x, print x. Now if we run it, it will say what age are you. Let's put 76. Then it will just print 76. So that's that part done. So let's get on with it. So let's get on to what an if statement is. An if statement tests for a certain thing. So let's put if x is bigger than 17, so 18 or more. Now, so this is what you're testing, and this is the beginning, is what you do to start the test. Now this colon is what you do to show what you want it to do. So if I was to do, let's do print you are an adult. Let's do, now you see that says that you're an adult if x is bigger than 17. Now another thing is, if you press enter on here, it will come up with an indent. If you're doing an if statement, never get rid of these indents if that's what you want the if statement to do, because those indents indicate that that's inside that if statement. So let's do. Okay, we're back up that little pause. I'm sorry about that. Something happened. Now let's carry on. So this if state, all of this is the if statement. Now there's also another statement called an else statement, or an elif. An elif is another if statement before the else statement. So an else statement is an else statement is something that if this if statement is not correct, then if this if statement is not correct, then do this. But an elif takes control over that else, which means if you were to do elif x is equal to 21, you can like, oh, I forgot the print you can buy beer, something like that. So the elif, if this if statement is not correct, or even if it is correct, so because 21 is over 17, so it would still be that. Though this elif, so if this if statement fails, it will go on to this elif, and if this elif fails, it will go on to the next elif. But if there isn't another elif, then it will go to the else statement. You are a child. Let's do that. So now, if we were to run it, oh, another thing is when we wrote it, it came up right there. And the way that we can make it go onto a new line is by going inside the quotation marks on the first line and doing \n. Now what this does is it basically just does a new line. So let's start it. What age are you? Let's see. Let's put 21. You are an adult. So I guess I got that wrong, but I can also see why, because if I was to change this to an if statement, so if I was to move this else, if I was to copy this else, copy, let's delete that, let's do an if here, but let's do the else here. So let's do that. Oh, did I put but? I was meant to put by. So now if I run that, let's put 18. Oh, whoops. Let's put 18. You're an adult. Let's see. Let's put 6. Okay, let's have a look. Let's put 9. You are a child. I'm not sure what happened, but I think I accidentally hit something. So let's try 21. Oh, whoops, that's 12. 21. You are an adult and you can buy beer. So all of this code does work after all, but remember, if if the if statement is correct, then it won't run the elif. But it will run the else. So it won't run the else or the elifs if your if statement is correct. So that is it for this video, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.